How can you make 3 meals from 1 package of chicken? Are you cooking? Let's talk about it. Welcome to Are You Cooking on Reach Up TV. Today, I'm going to show you how to make 3 meals from 1 package of chicken. Easy and quick. I learned a trick a long time ago that helped me save so much time. So what I've done is in a family-sized package of chicken, you generally get 4 large chicken breasts. To help our food go a little bit longer, to make a few more meals, and for cooking time, I cut them in half horizontally and just threw them in the oven. So once you put them in the oven, you want to make sure that they are cooked through. Just really quickly, how can you tell? I generally just take a knife, cut it open, make sure it's not pink. Just a quick tip, chicken, no pink in the center, pork, pink in the center. We're gonna cover that in a future episode. So once the chicken comes out of the oven, you're gonna let it cool, and you'll either put it in the refrigerator or freezer to make each evening, or if you still have a lot of energy, you're gonna go ahead and prep all your meals at one time. And then that way, all you have to do is heat it up. So our chicken is cooked, it's cooked all the way through. Let's get started. Our first meal that we're gonna tackle is gonna be our chicken quesadillas. What is a quesadilla? Basically, it is a glorified grilled cheese sandwich. However, less carbs because tortillas do have a few less carbs than regular bread. All right, how easy can this be? So let me show you what we've got here. 1, our cooked chicken, I cut into strips. We have shredded cheese, or you can use the singles if you have those just torn up into pieces, and we have some flour tortillas. You can use the large ones or the small ones. I like the small ones. And if you want, you can add fajita or taco mix to this. These seasonings are so great to keep in your pantry. If you don't have a lot of seasonings, you can just sprinkle it onto any of your meals. All right, so how do we make these chicken quesadillas in 5 to 10 minutes? So easy. So we have our cooked chicken. We're gonna put a little bit of oil in our pan. If you don't have an oven, you can also use a camping stove or a hot plate, and we'll cover that in future episodes also about where to get them and how to cook if you don't have an oven or your oven breaks. So we put about a tablespoon or 2 of oil in our pan. We heat it up, and while that's heating up, we're gonna take our tortilla. So simply, we're gonna take some cheese. We're going to put that on the tortilla, put 2 or 3 strips on depending on how thick they are, a little bit more cheese, fold it closed, and put it into your hot oil. While that's cooking, you're gonna flip it when it turns brown, and what that gives us is a cooked tortilla. I like to cut these in half, put them in a little bag, and keep them in the freezer for a ready grab and go. You can generally make about 6 of these with just those 2 chicken breasts because they're so thick. So that'll take you quite a few days or feed quite a few mouths. All right, let's get on to the next recipe. The next recipe is going to be our chicken bake. I love this, one of my favorites. This one does take 30 minutes to cook, but because we've cooked the chicken in advance, it's gonna be well worth it and feed you for days. All right, so for this recipe, you're going to need to spray a pie plate, or if you don't have a pie plate, a silver, the little aluminum pans will be just great. Just spray it with a little bit of Pam, or use a little oil on a paper towel. It takes eggs, 4 eggs. My favorite ingredient is pancake mix. So if you have Bisquick or pancake mix, it will work. We also are going to use shredded cheese, our chopped chicken. So we took the 2 chicken breasts. This is only 1 of them chopped up, but we chopped that up. And then a little bit of oil and shaker cheese if you want to use that. I call it shaker cheese. All right, we're going to take a bowl that we've measured 2 cups of pancake mix. Added that in here. You can use a regular spoon. I am all about just using regular utensils we have. In order to cook in the kitchen, you do not need fancy spatulas. You don't need all those high-tech tools. We can get it done super easy, and I am a huge fan of less dishes. So more time with my family. So we're gonna take the pancake mix or the Bisquick. We're gonna add 4 eggs. we're gonna go ahead and add our cheese. It would be a great idea to transfer your food to plastic bags so they last longer and they don't dry out. And then we're also going to add the oil. I've got a 1/2 cup measure, which we're gonna cover our measuring tools in another episode. And we're gonna measure a 1/2 cup, like that. And we're gonna mix it. So we're gonna take our spoon and we're gonna mix this up just till it's blended. Make sure the eggs are all combined. And this is such a great recipe to add anything you want to. You can make it as simple as just chicken and cheese. I add broccoli to mine. Some people add bacon. It's a great base to make whatever you want. So we have it all mixed up inside. Take our chopped chicken of any amount, just coat it. I'm gonna move these out of the way. And we're gonna pour it into our pan. And like I said, this will cook at 370 for 30 minutes or until golden brown or your knife comes out clean. And we spread it out, and in the oven it will go. And we have a chicken bake. I'm going to show you what it looks like when it comes out. You can take these slices, put them in the freezer, and then just heat them up and go. I love them with a cup of soup. Our next recipe that I'm going to show you is going to be just a chicken noodle soup. I know it seems like such a small thing, but it really can be very versatile. And we start with, my goodness, most people have a kitchen basic ramen noodles and a pot. So you're going to put 2 cups of water into the pot, boil it, put your ramen noodles with the little spice packet in there, cook them for 3 minutes, and then you can either drain it to make a noodle bowl, which is all the rage. I don't know if you've seen, but poke bowls and noodle bowls are everywhere. This is an inexpensive way to do it, and you can use everything in your refrigerator to get rid of all those almost finished tomatoes, avocados, and add them in here. So we're gonna boil and drain our ramen if you want the noodle bowl, keep the liquid in it if you want soup, and then we just take our chopped up chicken and add it to the noodles. And so that's how you make a quick and easy soup. We're gonna bring all 3 recipes back that we started, the quesadillas, the chicken bake, and the chicken noodle soup. So easy. And so these 3 recipes are considered something we call a base recipe, which means that you can change anything that you put into it for the additions, like broccoli or beans in your quesadilla, salsa, hot peppers. To the soup, you can add, as I mentioned, any of the vegetables in your refrigerator and mix it in there. Remember, this should be fun. I know that I went through this quickly, but go back over, take a look at all the recipes step by step, and then you also can find the recipes on myreachup.org. I hope you had fun today. We will have other episodes that will go over how to measure, how to saute, how to make sense of all the things cooking. We're glad you joined us today. Are you cooking? See you next time.